So finally today in the studio we have I hope it's written right over here somewhere, Edifier MR4. This is a very popular pair of speakers, and okay, it's not always that I just want to use the headphones 24/7. Sometimes I also just want to listen to how a video would sound if someone was listening to it, say via some speakers, a home theater system, a TV, what have you, basically the real world, real room sound. So in as much as the Beyerdynamics DT900 Pro X that I've been using for my audio in here is actually an awesome pair of mixing and mastering headphones, still you'll notice that a lot of studios do have some monitoring speakers, and that is what this is. So this is not exactly very high-end monitoring speakers. This is actually quite nice budget speakers that can do the work. These speakers have really been quite popular, getting a ton of awesome reviews online, but availability locally was a problem. Till somehow they showed up at a shop called Shuffle PCs. And by the way, shufflepcs.co.ke are not really paying me or anything to mention them, but it's actually quite an awesome online computer shop, if I may, because the prices are actually comparable to what you would find online. Plus their customer service is awesome. Okay, let's find out what we have in here. So yeah, first some documentation as always. Yeah, a bunch of stuff written basically in Chinese. Okay, so this goes off to the side, no point showing you guys this. Then a bunch of cables. Yeah, this seems to be the cable that will connect the right speaker to the left speaker, or rather the active speaker to the passive speaker. RCA to TRS cable right over here. This would be what you'd use to connect your devices to the speaker. And we also do have a TRS to TRS cable. Then the speakers themselves. Ooh. By the way, I really wanted to get white speakers. You guys know that I love white, and a lot of stuff going on around here is white, but they were not available. So yeah, I had to settle for black speakers. And so it seems like my desk setup will have to change from a white setup to a black and white setup. So I guess that is a new challenge, and you can be sure that the desk setup video is going to be coming through for 2023. So if you're not subscribed, kindly down here there's a big old red subscribe button. Hit it and ring that bell that is right beside it, so that when that video comes through, you're not going to be missing it. Okay, the second speaker. So yeah, these two speakers actually do punch 40 watts in total. That means 20 watts per speaker. That's quite good considering you're just going to be listening to them, you know, close to them, more like what they call a near field speaker. So 20 watts per speaker is adequate. My initial impressions on the build, this looks quite solid. Nice MDF. I don't see any issues anywhere. This looks nice. This here is the main speaker, and this here is sort of like the passive slave of this speaker. You will see that on this one, we do have the controls right here on the back. And by the way, I just noticed that a lot of stuff here is written in Chinese, so I guess this was actually a Chinese model. Anyway, I know that these two dials are meant to control your bass and your treble. I don't know which one is which. I'll have to experiment and find out. Basically, you could turn down the treble and the bass all the way from -6 to 6 dB. And there's actually some sort of hard stop somewhere at the middle at 0. So I bet that even if these dials are at the back of the speaker, you could easily reach out there and you could just feel that you're at 0. The input options we have right here first is the RCA, whose cable is this that we got in the box. So you'd connect your PC or whatever device has a TRS output to these ports. Then we do have a TRS input, and by the way, these are balanced inputs. So yeah, for those, you know, audiophiles who don't want any sort of interference and so on. Then this spring-loaded port right over here would be what you'd use to connect the left speaker. Here is the woofer. Feels very good. And here we do have our tweeter. So the tweeter right over here is, I guess, less than an inch. Not sure. But this is a 4-inch woofer. At the front here, we also do get another dial. It has some sort of stepped increments. This is what you'd use to adjust your volume for either the headphones or the speaker themselves. And this is also a power button. If you long press it, you turn the speakers on and off. And by the way, these speakers have some sort of function called like monitoring versus music, but we're going to be finding that out in a bit. Then, as you've already taken note, right here is the auxiliary and the headphones port. So you'd connect like your phone right over here and some pair of headphones here. By the way, you're not going to be running the headphones and the speakers at the same time. If you plug in your headphones, the speakers would go silent. Okay, for testing purposes, I'm going to be using this TRS to TRS cable right from my phone. That's why you need a phone with a headphone jack. You know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense me playing this through the camera, through my computer, through your, phone or whatever. You're not gonna be getting the real sound. So you just have to take my word for it. And as far as sound quality is concerned, so let me just turn this to face me. I'll tell you guys what it sounds like. Get some music that is not copyrighted. Turn up the volume. This song starts with kind of like some high notes with a little background of bass, but I'm already feeling it. I guess this is why these are quite popular. They seem to punch quite above what you'd expect from this size in as far as bass is concerned. Okay, first, in as far as volume is concerned, I've just played them at, sort of like 3 o'clock. I've not like maxed out the volume, but these speakers do fill this room quite well. In fact, you will probably not be listening to them at half the volume. Interesting. Let's try another song. Okay, and as far as the clarity of sound is concerned, like how well you can hear the various voices, the lows, the mids, the highs, I think these are quite good. I'm not sure whether they are at the same level as my Biodynamic headphones, but I think it would be exciting to actually plug in the headphones in here and try and compare the sound from the speakers versus the sound in the headphones. Definitely the room and so on comes into play, but yeah, I think it would be fun. So, just a minute. Here we go. And by the way, there is my review, the non-audiophile review of this Biodynamic DT900 Pro X headphones somewhere on this channel. So yeah, the link is just somewhere up here right now. Yeah, that is it. So as expected, these are on another level altogether. We're not gonna be turning this into a headphone review. Now, in as far as the audio quality on the speakers is concerned, I believe that for their size and for the price point, these seem to actually punch quite nicely. And they're actually quite clear, I've tried to drive them quite hard towards the end of this volume dial, and I'm not really getting any distortions. So yeah, the things that actually do matter to me, being a non-audiophile, just for the function of editing my videos and listening to some music here and there, I believe these are gonna be doing quite well. I'm impressed. So yeah, get yours if you can. There's always gonna be a link down in the description below. See you guys in the next one, and as always, no pressure.